Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining me for this WNCT Now digital news update. I'm Emily Severage, live in our digital studio. We're heading into the first weekend of early voting in North Carolina, and reports suggest that it was a record turnout so far. Voters and election workers are reporting few disruptions other than long wait times. More than 330,000 people voted yesterday statewide, a one-day record for early voting. As of 1:30 p.m. today, North Carolina voters cast over 570,000 ballots by mail and more than 468,000 ballots in person. That accounts for about 14% of our state's registered voters. In-person early voting for the 2020 general election ends October 31st. State health officials are also reporting a new record, but in this case, it's for COVID-19. They're reporting the state's highest one-day increase in laboratory-confirmed COVID-19 cases, 2,684 new cases today. Officials also say today's current hospitalizations at 1,148 is the second highest number in the last 30 days. They want anyone with symptoms or anyone who thinks they've been exposed to COVID-19 to be tested for the virus. They're also encouraging people to download and use the Slow COVID NC Exposure app. It allows users to anonymously submit their positive test results. Then it alerts other users if they may have come in contact with someone who's tested positive. All information is kept confidential. To find out more about North Carolina's response to COVID-19 or learn more about the app, you can head over to nc.gov/COVID-19. Stay with us and we'll be right back with some more news after this quick break.
The 2020 election is right around the corner, and there are a lot of candidates that are fighting for your vote. Before you cast your ballot, WNCT 9 on your side on air, online, and the WNCT mobile app has all the latest on the local races and candidates. We're here to get you the information you need to make the most informed decision possible.
In Pitt County, in New Bern, in Washington,
in Kinston.
Stay with WNCT 9 on your side, your local election headquarters.
Thanks so much for joining me. If you're just tuning in, I'm Emily Severage, live in our digital studio, providing you with some late afternoon updates. WNCT is bringing you live streamed updates every Monday through Friday at 1:30 p.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. to bring you the latest and up-to-date news before our nightly newscast. A new coronavirus relief bill, including a second round of direct stimulus payments, is looking very unlikely before Election Day. The White House, Senate Republicans, and House Democrats are far from an agreement on what to include and how much it should cost. Trevor Shirley from our D.C. Bureau looks at how far apart they are.
The Associated Press says the White House installed 2 Republican Party operatives at the CDC in June to try to manage the information the CDC released about COVID-19.
The Trump administration took unusual steps to control the flow of information.
The story's author, AP reporter Jason Deeren, says it's not clear how much either operative actually influenced what the CDC told Americans about the pandemic.
Now Congress is investigating this and the role of these political operatives.
In the meantime, Congress also continues to work on another COVID-19 relief bill. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell plans to bring what he calls a targeted $500 billion package to the floor next week. Vermont Senator Patrick Leahy says McConnell's bill doesn't do enough.
Nothing on taking care of people with COVID does not guarantee their health care.
The bill would provide money for schools, unemployment payments, and small businesses, but it's far less than the more than $2 trillion Democrats want, and even less than the latest $1.8 trillion proposal from the Trump administration. That frustrates Rhode Island Senator Sheldon Whitehouse.
The Republican side is all fractured and arguing with itself. And that makes it really hard for Democrats.
Louisiana Senator John Kennedy wants Democrats to do more than just reject the GOP's proposal.
Vote to proceed on that bill. And then let's start amending it. And let's pass something.
And even though President Trump called on Congress to go big on a deal,
getting something done before the election and executing on that would be difficult.
Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley.
A new book will be coming out next March, and it's all about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Some final thoughts from Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and some previously unreleased materials have been gathered by one of her former clerks, who says they're planning to turn it into a book. The book will be called Justice Thou Shalt Pursue, a life's work fighting for a more perfect union. Ginsburg had collaborated with Amanda Tyler on the book, which was in production when she died last month from cancer. The University of California Press say the book will show Justice Ginsburg's perspective on her own legacy. It will include examples and samples of her own opinions written while on the Supreme Court. Well, that wraps up this WNCT Now late afternoon update. We have more news coming up for you tonight on our broadcast at 5 and 6. Thanks so much for watching.